And I feel like you see this as well in celebrity status. Like it's not the everyday Joe that's the standout celebrity. There's a quirk. There's always a weird bunch of quirks that are needed to make people stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Which takes a lot of courage too, because I think a lot of people have these quirks, and a lot of us are and speak for myself, like you're almost like afraid to show some of those quirks to the world, and it takes a real toughness to do that.
I definitely relate to that, and I think like it's that question, like, have you ever done something as bold as putting a whole bunch of vacuum cleaners in some cases and say, this is my expression of my emotions, my art, or my training, it's my profession. Now come judge me, knowing what the reaction's going to be. I haven't done anything that bold.
And I think, mate, the putting it up for the public scrutiny is a bold move. Although we do live in the world of like social media and people posting their entire lives on social media, but I don't think it's the same thing.
But they're not telling you who they are; they're showing you their mask.
Well, that's also true. Yeah.
So I feel like he was maybe he was doing that, but probably doesn't feel like it to me. He was trying.
And this is the thing
something.
and I think the real big point here to make, mate, is that just because he's not producing. Oh, well, we can get onto this in a tick, but just because he's not necessarily producing that art doesn't mean that it's not his art either.
I agree with that. I think people get real fired up about this. Christy and I were arguing about it the other night. And I think it doesn't matter as long as he's the one directing and had the idea in the first place. If you're, that's fine. I don't think there's too much wrong, and I don't think he would have been able to create what he did. And there's a long history of people having teams of artists pump out work right back to the Renaissance. So.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, and probably longer than that. We just, I think the records maybe just get a little bit fuzzy, or the employment paperwork wasn't quite as robust.